Let's now bring in NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Vitali. Ali, good to see you. I want to cover a couple things this morning, so let's start with leadership on the House side. So still no word here on which party will end up controlling the House, but GOP House leaders did meet for a closed-door meeting on Capitol Hill last night to discuss conference leadership, and there's another meeting set for today also. What do we know about last night's meeting and specifically Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy's bid to become Speaker if his party does end up in control?
Yeah, this is the complicated question that many people are asking on the House side of the Capitol lately. Republicans are forging ahead right now as if they've already won the House, because in all likelihood, if you look at the way that these races are trending, they are probably going to. Still a handful of races yet to call. But remember, flipping the House was supposed to be the easy part for Republicans. The fact that we are now a week from Election Day and this still hasn't been called is really stunning. But at the same time, it complicates things for House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. He wants to be Speaker. He's been confident about the fact that he thinks he will be Speaker. What happens today is they will have closed-door elections. That's not something that everybody in the conference is on board for. Some say they should wait. I want to show you what Matt Gaetz said. He's, again, just one member on the rightward flank of this party, but one or two members make all the difference when you have margins of really two or three. Listen.
Well, it does seem a little odd to be having elections regarding who will lead a conference when we don't actually know who will comprise the conference. Republicans spend a lot of time out on the campaign trail saying we only want people to vote in elections who should be voting in those elections. And one might criticize us for a little bit of hypocrisy by holding elections when there may be people casting votes who are not going to be members of Congress. There is precisely one moment in time when there is a vote to determine who the Speaker will be. That is on January 3rd, and I think we will have far better options than Kevin McCarthy.
So Gaetz brings up two important threads that we're following on the Hill right now. The first is that there are some within the conference, both on the House side and on the Senate side, who want to see these leadership elections delayed. On the Senate side, those leadership elections are supposed to happen tomorrow. On the House side, they're happening today behind closed doors. But the other thing that Gaetz brings up is the important factor, which is that, yes, there will be a vote behind closed doors for Republican leadership elections up and down their ranks. They're not just voting for Speaker, they're voting for who the leader is going to be, who the whip is going to be, who the head of the House campaign chair arm is going to be. All of these different roles are going to be settled behind closed door today. But they're settled in Kevin McCarthy's case with an asterisk, because he then has to go to the House floor in January and have the full House body vote on if he's going to be Speaker. When he's there, he needs 218 votes. And so what we're watching for today is if he falls short of 200, that's a really big problem for Kevin McCarthy. If he's just a few shy of 218, that means that he's got some work to do, but he has a challenger. The Freedom Caucus here is determined to show that nobody has 218 votes, and that means McCarthy is going to have to do some dealing if he wants this job.
And we know it's a thread that you'll be following all the way until January for us. Ali, also, before I let you go, I want to ask you about this bill that would protect same-sex marriage after this bipartisan group of senators unveiled a deal earlier Monday. Are there enough votes to get that passed to filibuster to move the measure to the president's desk?
Look, they say they're confident that they have the votes. This is the same thing that we were watching 6 weeks ago before they went home to all campaign for the midterm elections. At that point, I could count to maybe 7 or 8 Republicans who were on board for this bill. But the people who are close to it, who are doing the whipping, both on the Republican and Democratic side, they say they have 10. And look, people like Mitch McConnell, who everyone in that Republican caucus watches so closely on the Senate side, he has not said which way he's going to go. And in many cases, he has seemed to leave the door open. This is something that you could see more than 10 Republicans get on board for, but the people close to the process say they're confident that they have 10 to codify the right to marry within the same sex and protect that, what was decided in the Supreme Court, but now protecting that at the federal level.
All right, Ali Vitali, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.